Hello, everyone, and
Okay.
welcome to Rise Zion. Today, I have the pleasure of interviewing Brother Ed, who served his mission in the Philippines, and it was called an area called Tigaun, the Camarines
Camarines.
Sur. Is that correct?
Camarines.
Camarines Sur. Okay. And this is actually an interesting story that he sent me. It has to do with a sister, and he's going to introduce the sister. He's going to tell us a little bit about his mission in general. But this has to do with one of the 10 deadliest typhoons that happened in 1988.
Typhoon Unsang, also known as Typhoon Ruby, slammed into the Philippine island of Luzon with peak winds of over 75 miles per hour. Conditions are really too dangerous for aircraft to fly, but the Air Rescue Squadron has been ordered to fly anyway in hopes of saving the most desperate victims.
All right, Brother Ed, would you like to just take some time and introduce yourself to the audience a little bit and tell us a little bit about your mission?
All right. So I am Brother Ed here, and I serve in Philippine Cebu East Mission. And during that time, Philippine Cebu East comprises of several islands in the central Philippines.
Hmm.
We have Cebu, Bohol, Leyte, Samar, and parts of Bicol region. And then Bicol region has different areas. My second area is in Tigaon. Tigaon, Naga. Okay, it's on Camarines Sur.
Hmm.
So in this area, we have we have to do tracting. Knock doors, use our bikes. Our bikes not mountain bikes, the balloon bike,
Oh,
the
yeah?
old bikes that we have. And we have to this area in Tigaon, there's a barrio or a smaller, we call it barangay. We call it barangay, a smaller place. The name is Karay Kayun. Okay? Karay Kayun is a barrio. It's a barrio. We heard this woman singing. Maybe she was in his 60s or something.
Hmm.
So, and we learned from our, before we call it missionary guide. So that if there is someone, singing or happy, maybe we can knock their doors and, share the gospel. So we knock on this woman's door. Her name is Sister Kuliao. Okay. Sister Kuliao invited us. And so, so we used the flip chart during those times. Okay.
All right, the
And so,
lessons.
as a senior companion, I was prompted by the Spirit to teach the first discussion and to invite baptism. The very first time we met this lady, because she
Hmm.
has full of spirit, and she said yes. After we say you know, will you be baptized if you want, if you will learn the truth of these things? And she said yes. And she said, "Now, am I going to do this?" No, not
Right
now.
now.
We have to learn, we have to teach you lessons. So
Hmm.
after several lessons, I think the fourth discussion that time we discussed about tithing. Okay, the law of tithing. This lady, when we discussed the law of tithing, she was a little bit worried because she said, "Well, we I have not yet. We are not yet in the harvest time."
Hmm.
Okay, this was, I think we taught them, I think August or September, like that, after my birthday or something. So the typhoon struck around between on the record, it's October 23 to 25 or something like that.
Of
So, and during
1988.
those times,
Okay.
because, yeah, and during those times when the typhoon struck, our zone leaders told us to gather to one of the apartments in the city. We
Okay.
are in- we are out- we called it, during those times we called the area outer darkness, because there's no nothing. Okay, it's really way,
Out in the middle of
it's
nowhere.
you can't find anything. So we go to the city and we went there. After a week, meaning the typhoon is gone, we were safe and everything, we go back to the area. So our thing that we need to check is our investigators, our,
All right.
especially Kuliao family, because we're worried. She talked about that she did not have the harvest yet. October is a month for harvest in the Philippines,
Uh-huh.
right? So they were planting it's the seeds and the palay, we call it palay, the rice, young rice, already sprouted.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was okay. And the typhoon struck, and so we're so worried about this. So we went there. By the way, after the discussion of tithing, the fourth discussion, okay, several weeks later, because during those times we have to teach every like after 2 days like that. We
Mm-hmm.
She wanted to be taught all one day, all lessons. I said no, we can't.
That would be
We
a
have
lot,
to
wouldn't it?
teach, and so she was so excited. Anyway, after we invited her to go to the church because we have to invite the investigator twice.
That's
Okay,
right.
the first Sunday, second Sunday. The first Sunday, she was already looking for the branch president to pay her tithing. We were
Oh.
shocked.
Hmm.
We were like, this was after the discussion of law of tithing. All right, so
Right.
we discussed Malachi, blah blah, promises and everything, and we never thought that she took it seriously. The it will you know it will protect the devourer, for your sake, etc., etc. Destroy the before it destroys the fruit of your ground. So she's already thinking about this. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and so she paid her tithe. The harvest before that, I mean, yeah, before he met us, he got some gains in her previous harvest. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
she paid the tithing. I don't know how much she asked me to pay it. I said, I asked the I even asked, I don't know that time that an investigator can pay a tithing or non-member. So I asked the branch president. I said, President, we have an investigator. She wants to pay the tithing. And then I was shocked. The branch president said, no, she can't do that. I said, oh,
Hmm.
really? Because previous to my mission, I heard that some people in Dumaguete or part of the Philippines, they were paying tithing
Hmm.
even though they were not members because they really believe in the law of tithing or something. So I heard about this. So I told the branch, no, I think she can. And so really, so she asked the leaders, I think the district president told him, yes, you can accept that. And
Hmm.
but in another name. I think the name should be a member or something, or the my name, or after we went to the zone, the we passed the typhoon days, like maybe there were like 4 or 5 days,
Mm-hmm.
and then after a week or after 2 days later, it's safe to go back to the area. All right,
Okay.
Kayon, we go there. We go by because we were excited. We didn't use our bikes. I think we ride a tricycle, but you have to wait. You have to wait for because during that time there's no much tricycles. You have to wait for the terminal, and then you have to travel there. And then when we arrive, okay, when we arrive to the area, everything's flooded. Okay, this is the aftermath.
Hmm.
Okay, everything's flooded, and there's so many people watching their field. And here's the miracle: the ladies' part of the land where she planted the rice fields. Okay, it's maybe around 1 hectare. 1 hectare is larger than an acre, so it's
It's an
a little bit
8.
higher than 1 acre. Okay, this rice field is not flooded.
Hmm.
And what is, I even shed my tears. I cried because I saw the miracle. I can see the flood. The flood is avoiding the field, is avoiding her field. And all the people were shocked because the rest, their field is the center. and all the other rice field were already flooding. Okay, and others are crying because they lost their crops, but they were shocked to see, hey, what's going on with that crop? Why the water is avoiding? And this sister is crying, elder, 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 the law of tithing is true. I said, wow, even me, I have doubts before with the law of tithing, man. I can't believe it was happening in. So I told my companion, Elder Ijawan, can you see this? And then all the other non-members were looking at us, they're looking at them, and Sister Kulia is so happy. It's like singing like that. And then we stayed there for a while. I think we took pictures. I don't know, man. I can't find the pictures already. That I took the pictures, but I think because our camera that time is, the camera, the you have to film,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
yeah, maybe it was lost or something. But anyway, so that very night, I wrote in my journal, today I witnessed Malachi 3, you know,
Hmm.
verse 5 to 11 or something. So it is personalized, it's actualized with my companion. And we rejoice. She is the only one in that barrio that has the harvest in that very month of
Hmm.
October.
Wow.
And because of that, she was able to build her own business or store because she got a lot of, you know, and the price of the rice was rice because of the scarcity. She
Hmm.
is the only one in that barrio. We call it a barrio, like a barangay. If you study Philippines, you will know barangay means. Yeah, it's a little,
Like a neighborhood.
community.
Hmm.
Yeah, neighborhood. Anyway, and so after that, the rest, because we were only teaching her and her oldest daughter, or maybe the third to the oldest. Her name is Edu Nihes. Is in Facebook right now. Anyway, that time there were only two of them we taught, right? And so they were baptized. But it's not easy to baptize because I think she was separated for 7 years with her husband. Her husband abandoned them, okay?
Hmm.
So the mission president has to make a decision because there's no divorce in the Philippines until now. We don't have a divorce.
Hmm.
So she need a consent from the husband because she's a female candidate for baptism. And so we had a hard time. We contact the zone leader. The zone leader contact the assistant and the mission president. Anyway, and so after that, uh maybe we waited for like October, November. She was finally baptized in December. After that, I was transferred, I guess. I was transferred. And I heard after that, the other elders told me because of that miracle, all the rest of those, I think she has five sons who were married, all were baptized.
Hmm.
Okay? All were baptized, and some neighborhood who witnessed the miracle, they joined the church.
Oh, wow.
Okay, they joined, almost all people in that area, they joined the church. And I heard that they have a little store, they build a little store, etc., etc. So she became Relief Society president
Hmm.
after her baptism and so on, because Tigaon is just a branch before. Now there's two wards, Tigaon
Oh.
1 and Tigaon 2. Okay, I I I was able to contact the location and find the locator. So that was the miracle that I can't forget. I share this with my family. I share this with my wife. And even to the sometimes to the brethren in the priesthood class, and they thought it's really, what is that? Because Even as we were watching, can you imagine you're watching the the water. This is the center, right? The water is, it's like avoiding the very, the plantation, the crops.
Huh.
Can you imagine? And the other, all the other surroundings are already flooded. I was like, what's this? Is this real? What,
Interesting.
because that's about to be harvested. Can you imagine? We were thinking, oh, maybe the elements of the water, you know, they they I don't know, man. We just thought this with my companion, that maybe the elements in the water are obedient to this. they, they honor the obedient field or something. That's how it works. Or we don't know what
Hmm.
happened. So for us, I think, for me, I realized that these types of miracles, like, I can feel, I can sense Sister Kuliao's faith is so strong about the law of tithing. uh, he just obeyed. We can tell she wants to be baptized the very first day. About Joseph Smith, she has a testimony already, etc., etc. And I'm so grateful for that. One day, she's not a referral. We just knock doors.
Hmm.
In fact, we just knock on the window. We peep on the window and said we saw her, and she was like, "Who are you?" I said, "Oh, hey, we are friends.
Yeah.
We want to teach you something," and the rest is history. Yeah,
Well, that's great.
that's
That's
my
a
story.
great, great story. So I have some questions for you. So the rice harvest, that
Yeah,
must have been really important for this entire neighborhood. Is that right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Is it like their main source of income for everybody?
yeah. Mostly because this is a real remote area wherein you can only see farmers around, and that's why most of them join the church. Perhaps they said, "Oh, that's milagro. Milagro means
Miracle, right?
miracle. Oh,
Yeah.
we what is going on?" So maybe, so I don't know, because I was transferred already. I don't know. I'm just guessing. The people there, they're so friendly and everything. Every time we go there, every people are flocking at us, and they were like looking, and as if we are like what? We're angels or something. They even, hey, do you want they want us to visit their house. You know what I'm saying? So we visit them, and sometimes even Sister Kulia was like, no, 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 you stay with us first. There's like, uh, and so like, I was already transferred because there were other areas, in the mission. We have the one of the biggest missions in Philippines that time.
Hmm,
We are the only, I think we are the fourth mission created, Philippine Cebu East mission. Yeah.
that's really
During that
interesting.
time, there's only like three or four missions. I think we are the fifth. I'm not so sure. That that was a long time ago. Imagine, she was 60 plus that time. Now she's 90.
90.
She's now 90. Yeah, 90
Is she
years
still
old. And she's
alive?
still alive. She's
Oh,
still
that's
alive
great.
and she's active. They're all active. I tried to contact them actually, but this is the only time I am free. I just came from sleeping. Sorry.
Oh,
That's the only my day off. So I have to talk to my daughter in the Philippines to contact,
another question for
and
you.
messenger.
So the rice fields, they're kind of like all on the same level. Is that right? Or they have
Yeah,
like
yeah.
different,
The
like
same. Exactly the same. I
the
mean,
same? And the
ooh,
rice, as
I
I
think I
understand it, you need lots of water to keep all the rice in
yeah,
the
to keep
water.
them. But the problem here is that I think their area is a little lower because it's like this, right?
Uh
Rice
huh.
land is like, it's like slope is going down, and their area is apparently in the lower, and but there are still lower, where which are flooded. But
Hmm.
their area should also be flooded because everything's flooded. All you can see is the water is up to here.
Uh-huh.
Okay, up to here.
Up to thigh
So
level.
we were looking down because we were in a higher ground. We were in a higher ground. Okay, we were on a higher ground that time because they asked us to just to see what is. It's still huge. It's like an ocean. It's like a sea. But their field, their rice, you can see their rice. Never touch. It's just a standing. Nothing, no water even.
Huh.
I, s- I said, "Are you sure? Is maybe some parts are also flooded? No, that's our area, elder. Elder, that's our area. That's our rice.
Hmm.
It's only standing, no more." I said, "Wow, you know, I, I just don't. I just hide my tears. I don't want them to see I'm crying or something."
Huh.
When we were really happy. My companion and I were so. I think my companion shared this to our district meeting or something, or or was it me? I
Either way.
forgot. But
Let's go back just to the beginning of your story. So just about your area. Was it
yeah,
like a tropical area? What was it like just walking down the
yeah.
street day to day before the typhoon?
Before the typhoon,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a tropical area. There's a lot of coconut trees and rice fields all the way. It's our area is so huge, and every like neighborhood. I mean, in houses, it's like we use kilometers here. So 1 or 2 kilometers the
Hmm.
next house,
Okay.
and we're using bikes, and we have to be at home between 6:30 to 7 in the evening because it's also a very critical area. During those times, our area is critical,
What does that
meaning
mean?
that means there's a lot of rebels,
Oh,
you know,
rebels.
for
Okay.
the government. Yeah, we call them NPAs before, National People's Army or something.
Interesting. So what was happening with that during the time? Just out of
Uh,
curiosity.
oh, we witness people are firing guns. We witnessed a man was executed by I think it's Armalite, whatever. So in those times, if we see something like that, we are advised to go back to our apartment right away or to a safe member's house.
Ah.
You know, so it's a really critical area. So we are supposed to be home. Our tracting starts at 8 in the morning or 7:30, and then until we cannot find a house to teach or something, we will not go home until 5:30 or 6 to be, you know, so it's dark already. So we have to use our bike. We
Right.
will we live in a compound owned by a branch president.
Hmm.
The branch president has a residential house, safe, and he is famous in that area. So that's why we live in the apartment close to the meeting place.
Hmm.
Actually, a branch is it's like a house. It's just how we. This is our apartment, and then we go to that because I think me or my companion we're the counselors. We used to be counselors in
Hmm.
a mission sometimes. Sometimes I
Yeah.
was a branch president.
that
Yeah.
it, that actually
So
happened to me too one time, just once.
oh,
But
all right.
yeah.
So Philippines is like that,
Huh.
and so there's so we bless the sacrament, we pass, and then we teach, we do all things in the
Hmm.
Sabbath. Then yeah, and then our branch, we meet, and Karay Kayon is so far. Their barrio is very very far,
Hmm.
very very far. Can you imagine they walk?
So you had to
It's like
travel.
7 or 8 kilometers. It's around 4 or 5 miles or something like that.
Wow,
They
that's
have
a
to
very
walk.
large area.
Yeah, they have to walk. We sometimes also walk when we experience flat tire.
Hmm.
Some people are nasty. They put some when we teach this house and we did not visit their house. Sometimes they nasty. They flat tire our bicycle,
Oh no.
and so
Yeah.
we just oh man, we just walk, man. It's so far. So we arrive sometimes at 7:30 or 8. We are praying because it's so dark. Our bike has light, dynamo.
Mm-hmm.
It can light but some people would, hey, elders, what happened? It's already night. We are still walking. Yeah, they call that elders, the people there. Yeah, that's my second area.
Nice. Well, it sounds like it
Yeah,
would be nice, except for the like. So it sounds like it's very tropical, very lovely weather, probably.
yeah, yeah. There were times we were tempted to, in the handbook, white handbook, to see this and that.
Yeah.
we we're tempted because there's streams, rivers, and falls.
Hmm.
And even members, elders, you should visit these falls. I said, no, my goodness, what are you doing? We are missionaries.
You can't right
They
now.
invite us to swim, etc. So I said, no. Yeah. So
Hmm.
that was the most successful baptism we had. And I think we were top baptizer in that month, I guess.
Wow.
And they're one of them, yeah. But actually, we only have six baptisms. And we
Oh.
are top baptizer in the zone. I think in the zone, not in the whole mission. Because the whole mission usually have like 20, 30 baptisms in a month.
Hmm.
One companionship, something like that.
Nice.
We were number two or number three in the whole, yeah,
In the
the whole
zone,
no, no, no. In the whole missions
in the
in
whole
the world,
mission.
our mission is number three or something like that.
Awesome. Hmm.
Yeah.
So,
So I remember. But anyway, yeah, that was my experience, and until now, I see to it that I have other miracles, but cannot compare with that. That was the most spectacular I ever witnessed. That I can see. It's like I remember, Moses
mhm,
departing his great
parting
sea.
it.
Oh, I said, now I know. So even simple rice, the water will not touch you. Devourer, I will rebuke the devourer for your sakes. Right?
Mhm. That's a
The
very good scripture.
devourer was the flood. Yeah, I even wonder what happened when there was a typhoon. But the typhoon only strikes the houses, and the trees were all fall down. But because the rice is maybe, I don't know, maybe because it's lower. I mean, it's just a grass, right? It's like that, not very tall.
Hmm.
But I was really impressed that, and the good thing is, that sister cannot forget that until now she's active, and she's 90 years old. I really hope I can talk to her
That would be great.
one of these days. Yeah, one of these days I will give you an update on that.
How did this impact you for the rest of your life?
Yeah, it impacted me. I know I've encountered so much trials, mostly on my own.
Mhm.
Maybe because of my own poor choices in the past. But still, it keeps me hanging, and I still keep my membership in the church. I got some, disciplinary councils once in a while. And not really, I'm not saying it's not serious, but I was like, it keeps me going, that I can't just, depart from this testimony. You know, I've seen that, my very eyes. I've seen it, and the sister is so strong, was so strong, and you know
Yeah.
and I don't know what's their calling now, because she's already 90 years old. But their posterity, they're active. I think I heard that the one of the granddaughters is actually, what do you call this, BYU pathway graduate.
Oh,
So that means they're on the streams, they're in the streams of the church, and they're, you know
yeah.
so I think I am so happy with this, and I was able to share this with my family, with my children.
Yeah.
So yeah. Every time I remember them, I remember the So I'm just thankful for the Lord. There was only once or twice I remember that I lost a job. Until now, If I lost a job, I get more better, much better, something like that
Hmm.
in my
I
life.
see.
So
Well, it's
because of
great to hear,
tithing.
and I'm really great. I'm grateful to hear your story because this helps so many people. I think it helps boost their faith a little bit. Like you said, I think it's really important to discuss miracles when the Spirit dictates to us to do so. And like it helped you, like when you're going through a difficult time, you can go back and see these miracles, and that helps boost your
Yeah,
faith and helps you get back on the right track.
very fresh in my mind, very fresh. Even their gestures, the people around, they were like they were like that, and they were, you know, I can. It's so fresh. It's as if I was there.
Right.
When you asked, when you when I was writing, I think I didn't sleep that day. I was
Yeah.
searching the date of the 1988. The name of the typhoon. It was Unsang, and it said, "Oh, it's here. It's recorded." And after that, because the song October 23, maybe we were there November 6th or November 7th or something, because it was, I think, 1 week after the the typhoon. So we went and visit our investigators, and so that, yeah,
It's a great miracle.
if we did not visit them, we will not have these miracles. Maybe it's just a story like, "Hey, elder, you know what happened?" So
Ah,
it's different when you were there, man. I was like, oh, because when
hmm,
we arrived, the sisters were already crying like, "Hey, elder, we want to show you something." And they said, what happened, what is going on? And
hmm,
everybody's what looking at us. I said, "Oh, they're pointing their fingers like this." I said, "What is going on, Nanay?" We call him Nanay, right? It's
mhm.
like mother. "What is going on, sister?" "Nanay, Kuya, elder, there's something really we want to show you. The law of tithing, elder, is true." I said, "Oh." And so when we get there, I said, "Wow, I can't believe sun shines, and so nice, and you can see the waters rushing, so like the flood, like like that. So
Wow.
I said, wow.
But it was like
And it doesn't
divided.
touch
Hmm.
the it's like this, the water is looking for a way, another pathway, because they cannot harvest that time, because the path is water, right? Their pathway going to that area is water.
Hmm.
So after the water subsides, maybe after 3 days, I guess, that's the time they
Then
harvest.
they can
And
harvest.
even they watch over their field, because some thieves, we call them rice thieves. There are rice thieves that will harvest your crops
Hmm.
before you wake up in the morning, especially if your crop is already ripe for harvest.
Hmm.
And some people were shocked. We go to their field and no more rice. Some people already harvested. All right. We call them, I think they call them crop robbers.
Crop
There's a
robbers.
lot of that too. Yeah,
Oh
crop
no.
robbers. Can you imagine if you can cut like 10 sacks of rice? That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
10 or 20. Because 1 hectare, I think it's around 90 to 100 cabans or sacks.
Sacks of rice.
Just approximately, yeah, that's a
Wow.
100. Then if they can only grab 10% or 20% of that, they can earn money too.
Hmm.
Because they have to do it so quickly. So I heard that I think Sister Kuliao hired some people, or I think he just asked her son to watch over the field
The
in the
fields.
night. Yeah, in the nighttime.
That's really fascinating.
Yeah.
Did and then all the other fields were completely destroyed.
Destroyed and flooded. That's what
Yeah.
that's what I can't imagine. I said, "Sister, are you sure it's only yours? Maybe some parts here are yours too, but also a little flooded. It's just a coincidence, We
But nothing was
said,
flooded
no,
on theirs.
elder, no, this is ours."
Wow.
We are wondering why.
That's really
And I
interesting.
said, okay, it's tithing. What can we what should we think?
Yeah, what else,
There's
huh?
nothing, no reason. What else?
Are there any other remarks that you'd like to leave us with, or anything
No,
that you can think of?
I learned that from that the law of tithing is real. It's a, I even wonder why it's just a preparatory, and most people are really have difficulty weighing this law. But from that time forth, I never questioned, I never doubted law of tithing.
Hmm.
After my mission, I even prayed. I said, Heavenly Father, this is after my mission, okay? I said, Thou want me, I know that Thou hast commanded us, all of us, even me as a returned missionary now, to obey the law of tithing. How can I obey if I don't have a job? Will Thou show me where to find this job right now? But I was already applying, you know what I'm saying? So I
Mhm.
was applying. And then after 3 months, I got a job in the MTC.
Oh,
Yeah, Philippines MTC. So
there you go.
I even met Sister Kulyao's daughter. Went on a mission after that. I mean, after a year or something. I was like, "Ooh!" I
That's
met
perfect.
her daughter in the MTC, and she belonged to our district.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah,
So she was
yeah.
able
She
to
was like,
update you.
"Wow,
Hmm.
how soon do you just because she was only I think a member 2 years. Yeah, I think 2 years a member already.
Hmm.
Because I arrived 1991. I was employed in the MTC 3 months after my mission.
Wow.
3 months or 4 months, yeah. So yeah, so you seek for this your testimony, God. I believe Heavenly Father, in spite of our weaknesses or in your past, maybe you have past sins or something. The law of tithing really saved my life, and it does not allow me to go further from you know so
Gotcha.
that's how I told my wife about the law of tithing. And I'm so thankful that I married someone that was a very strong testimony about tithing too.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing your stories with us. And it's been very interesting hearing about the Philippines and the law of tithing with you.
Yeah.
I hope to have you back on someday to have an update. Thank
And
you so much again. And if you haven't already, all those of you out in the audience, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have a
I
miracle that
already
you'd like,
subscribed.
yeah, make sure to subscribe. If you
I already
haven't,
subscribed. I will ask my wife to subscribe yours
oh, sure.
because I
Please make sure to click on our form. And I usually
okay.
put that in the description.